This is Santa Claus giving gifts to people on the nice list, and this is Saint Claus. He just charges at anyone with an axe. Saint Claus, along with all the other holiday icons, create total havoc in this holiday-themed haunted house. This is a deep dive into Holidayz in Hell, the 2019 and 2023 haunted house at Halloween Horror Nights Hollywood. Holidayz in Hell was originally a scare zone in 2018, and I won't be covering it in detail in this video as I have already created a full deep dive on that scare zone. A link to the video will be in the description, but to sum up the scare zone, guests would walk through 10 North American holiday celebrations. Unlike typical celebrations, however, the holiday icons such as the Easter Bunny would attack guests as they walked through. The haunted house version of Holidayz in Hell was first announced via a tweet on the Halloween Horror Nights Hollywood official Twitter account. A creepy Cupid, a bloodthirsty bunny, and a terrifying mutant turkey are just a few of the creatures you'll have to invade in this year's all-new, completely original maze, Holidayz in Hell. Hashtag Universal HHN. The video playing in the background attached to the post is basically an over-edited montage of the Holidayz in Hell scare zone from 2018. Unlike the Halloween Horror Nights event in Orlando, which usually showcases 10 brand new haunted houses, Universal Studios Hollywood will sometimes return houses from past years to fill up their full haunted house lineup. Holidayz in Hell was one of the reused houses in 2023. The haunted house was re-announced, if you will, on August 9th, 2023. On Twitter, the official Halloween Horror Nights Hollywood account shared a pretty vague tweet stating, "Holidayz in Hell from New Year's Eve to Thanksgiving, your favorite holidays are going to hell. 'Tis the season to scream in this holiday nightmare." Unlike the original 2019 announcement, a photo is attached to the post rather than an announcement video. The photo has branded art from Holidayz in Hell along with the house logo and Universal Halloween Horror Nights Hollywood branding. The haunted house follows 8 major US holidays in order of observance, starting with New Year's Day, Valentine's Day, St. Patrick's Day, Easter, 4th of July, Halloween, Thanksgiving, and finishing off with Christmas. Cinco de Mayo and Dias de los Muertos from the scare zone do not make an appearance in the haunted house. Holidayz in Hell was located in 2 different haunt venues at Universal Studios Hollywood for each of the years it was held. In 2019, the haunted house was located in the Paris and Courtyard section of the park in the upper lot near Despicable Me Minion Mayhem. When the house returned in 2023, it was moved to the lower lot in the T-Pad venue near Transformers The Ride 3D and Revenge of the Mummy The Ride. If you haven't noticed for the Holidayz in Hell footage, I have added the year the video is from in the top left corner. This walkthrough will be mainly focusing on the 2023 haunted house, as Universal greatly improved the sets of each of the holidays compared to 2019. However, I will be comparing the 2023 house to the 2019 house when possible. The haunted house starts with an entrance wrapped with a holiday greeting card. On the card, Father Time is seen flying next to a video clock with a red skull that's sped up. On the other side of the clock is the baby New Year being carried by a stork. In 2023, Father Time and a New Year's Eve partygoer taunt guests before they walk inside. They are not seen in the 2019 version of the house. The first room starts with the New Year's Eve party. There's a banner hanging from the ceiling that says Happy New Year. In the 2019 version of the haunted house, a partygoer is seen scaring guests as they walk through. The walls are lined with silver, and in this room, there's a martini glass with the skeleton resting inside of it. The skeleton in 2023 is more dressed and flipped to the other side compared to 2019. The second part of the New Year's Eve section is a nursery. A painting is seen with a witch flying on a bird, attacking people in the forest. In the 2019 version of the haunted house, there are 2 cribs in this area, but they are missing in the 2023 version. Both versions of the haunted house include a skeleton nurse that lunges at guests with a bloody knife. The 2019 haunted house has Father Time standing on a platform. Meanwhile, the 2023 version has what appears to be a baby New Year in the window that's covered by 2 sheets. The baby pops out shaking a baby rattle. The next holiday is Valentine's Day, and guests immediately are guided into the Tunnel of Love. In the 2023 house, an evil Cupid pops out in front of the Tunnel of Love sign with a knife pointing to the tunnel entrance. The Tunnel of Love was similar between the 2 versions of the house, and at the end of the tunnel, evil Cupid pops out from an elevated scare window. In the final section of Valentine's Day, we see Cupid holding a woman hostage on an altar. Cupid is waving a knife and then carves into the woman. The woman reaches out to guests for help. Before guests leave the section of the house, another Cupid pops out to scare them. After this, guests walk into the St. Patrick's Day section of the haunted house. And in the 2023 version, this section is by far the most improved versus 2019. I mean, what even is the 2019 version? It starts out in a room with 0 theming and a leprechaun pops out in the middle. Meanwhile, the 2023 version transforms guests into an underground tunnel, where not 1 but 2 leprechauns pop out at guests. I know, massive upgrades here. After this part, both versions of the house are pretty much the same, and what appears to be the leprechaun's house is seen. Before guests walk inside, they pass by the leprechaun's victim, who is pulled up from a wishing well. Inside the leprechaun's house, near the exit, a final leprechaun is seen running out at guests on a raised platform. Next up is Easter, and the only difference between the two house versions is the placement of all the props, so I'll just focus on the 2023 version. The first prop is a giant Easter basket with a dummy dressed in an Easter bunny outfit. Behind them is a pair of legs kicking back and forth. Following this is a row of evil eggs, one of which has the bunny llama looking creature popping out of it that was from the scare zone in 2018. Next to the row of eggs, there's a door where the evil Easter bunny jumps out of with a baseball bat, but guests are supposed to be distracted by an Easter bunny meet and greet display with 3 kids screaming in tears. After meeting the Easter bunny, guests are transformed into a 4th of July celebration gone wrong, which starts in front of a fireworks store. Before walking in, there's a dummy skeleton Uncle Sam holding rocket-style fireworks. In the 2019 version of the haunted house, you can actually see the inside of the fireworks shop from the outside. Inside of the shop, there's an injured kid who lost both his legs in a firework accident. The 2023 version of the haunted house has an extra room in the fireworks store that is a bit of a dead room. There are some walkthroughs that have an additional Uncle Sam that pops out at guests, however, most of the time it's an empty room with just firework boxes that have been exploded lying around. Once the 4th of July celebration comes to an end, guests walk into the Halloween section of the haunted house. Both years of the haunted house were pretty much the same. Guests walk past a jack-o'-lantern skeleton with 3 heads. Next to this is the main entrance into the Halloween room, which is a giant jack-o'-lantern cutout with an open mouth for guests to walk through. Inside the room are groups of dummies with jack-o'-lantern faces. However, some of the dummies are actually real scare actors, and they stand still until a guest passes by. Once a guest gets to their group, the scare actor comes to life and jumps out. Next is Thanksgiving, and the setting is way more fleshed out compared to the Halloween room. Guests walk into a family Thanksgiving dinner, but it has gone terribly wrong. All the family members are, you know what, there's a human-like turkey running out of the kitchen door right now to the dinner room. That's way more concerning than the family sitting at the dining room table. After the turkey runs out, guests pass by a dinnerware set on display, and another human-like turkey runs out to the door next to it. This turkey bows down to guests walking by, which is kind of funny. After walking through Thanksgiving, guests walk into Christmas, but as stated in the start of the video, Christmas isn't celebrated by Santa Claus and Holidayz in hell. Rather, Satan Claus, who charges at guests with a candy cane axe. On the floor next to a Christmas tree, there's a victim who has a present stuck in his head, next to where Satan Claus pops out. The room is themed to a tree farm, but instead of lights wrapped around Christmas trees, they are filled with bloody intestines. I counted 11 Christmas trees in the Christmas room. Prove me wrong if I'm missing any in the comments. Towards the end of the room, 2 evil elves run out at guests with smaller axes in their hands. The house ends with Satan Claus running out of a fence scare hole, where he's able to hit his axe on the fence to scare guests. One interesting difference at the end of the haunted house in 2019 is the fact that it led out into a scare zone called Christmas in Hell, which is pretty fitting. Let me know if you'd be interested in a video about that scare zone. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next Halloween Horror Nights retrospective video. In the meantime, if you haven't already, you should watch my video about the scare zone Holidayz in Hell is based on. It's on your screen now.